A shoplifting at a 7-Eleven in Riverside County turned into an assault, and he was caught on camera. Inland Empire Bureau Chief Rob McMillan has the story.
Check out this surveillance video. A group of teenagers inside a convenience store in San Jacinto, one of them grabbing something from behind the counter, then taking off, the store clerk chasing after him. As the kids burst out the front door, you can see the clerk trying to grab one of them to prevent them from leaving. But a few seconds later, the guy then punches the store clerk before all of them get away. Fortunately, it was all caught on camera, something the Riverside County Sheriff's Department hopes will help them solve this case.
Obviously, the images that we're able to obtain from the from any type of video or cameras is huge. The public is going to have more knowledge as to who that person might be. You know, somebody in the neighborhood may recognize them based on whatever it was that they were wearing or their stature.
It happened just after 10 o'clock Monday night at the 7-Eleven on State Street, just north of the Ramona Expressway.
One of the reasons why it was very, very difficult for me to, and I had a lot of come to Jesus moments as I was in the restaurant industry, right? And one of the reasons why it was difficult for me to really make the moves that I wanted to make as far as doing what I wanted to do within a community is that I had to take a lot of things into consideration. The first thing that I had to take into consideration was the opposite of what a lot of people advocate for, and it's those metal or those glass, plexiglass, those protective glasses that basically prevent you from getting robbed, right? And we always say, well, they always got these metal bars or the plexiglasses up inside of the hood, but I think that people should be treated better. Well, it's very difficult because you want to treat the community with a level of respect, your customers and your people that patronize your business with a level of respect. But it's also very difficult on the flip end of that because I have to take care of my employees and make sure that they don't get robbed. I was very blessed in running a restaurant in which I never got robbed as far as held up at gunpoint. I got robbed as far as people stealing from the business, but I never got robbed, and none of my employees was ever robbed or assaulted as a result of it. And so we was very, very blessed as a result of that. What? You said what now? Yeah, they stole a lot of stuff. It's okay with that, but we never actually got robbed. The other part of it is exactly what she said. We can root out crime within our own neighborhoods, within our own households, if we just took accountability for the people that we're harboring as far as the ones that's doing the worst for our community. She said it. She said, listen, people know who's doing what within the community. You know who your friends are. You know who the people that's stealing. You know the homies that's going to be hitting cars overnight and stealing catalytic converters, and you know the boosters that's going to be stealing clothes from the store and then selling it to you. And not only are we unwilling to hold the people accountable in our own circles that are doing these things, but we often enable them by patronizing them and buying the stuff from them, even though we know that it's stolen and it's boosted. And now they've gotten so brazen that children, not only adults, but kids, teenagers, are walking in, doing what they want to do, assaulting the people that are actually honest and working for a living and doing the thing that they're supposed to do. And now we see this happen, and it's transpiring all across the United States of America.
Off camera, a store manager told Eyewitness
What's
News
up, Q?
this morning that the clerk who was assaulted had a bloody nose, but fortunately didn't have to go to the hospital. The sheriff's department says the employee is lucky the situation wasn't worse. In a situation like this, you never know if the robber might have a weapon.
They said that he's lucky, the clerk, the person that's just in there trying to make a living, feed his family, or do whatever it is that he got to do and pay his bills. He's lucky that the criminals didn't do more to him. Not the criminals lucky that they didn't get caught. Not the criminals lucky that they didn't mess around and find out. Not the criminals lucky that their parents and the community people and whoever it is that surround them didn't turn them in. We're so backwards in society now to where the clerk is lucky that he only got a bloody nose. This is what the police is telling him.
It's unfortunate that we do have people that are committing these type of thefts, but there's nothing more dangerous than trying to prevent a suspect from leaving a location.
They got away in a newer, dark-colored SUV. Anyone with information on this case is asked to call the Riverside County Sheriff's Department.
You can forget it. Don't worry about it. They probably was in their mama's car. You can forget it. Meanwhile, over at the new Lego store,
Kids kids go crazy over them, and apparently so do thieves. A Lego store has been struck by thieves 3 times since it opened, and the latest attack happened Sunday.
Fox 5's
Thank you, Omar. I'm going to read that super chat shortly.
Villa is here to show us the thieves in action caught on surveillance video.
Yeah, that's right, guys. So this is really frustrating for the owner of a Lego store and expensive as well. So it's hard enough for a small business to stay in business the first year and then have to deal with this. Well, there are some really cool Legos at Bricks and Minifigs off Fort Apache near the 215, including this typewriter. It may not look like it, but it's made up all of Legos, more than 2,000 pieces. And check out this more than 7,000 piece Welcome to Las Vegas sign set.
We're the only franchise like this in Vegas. I brought it here because I really wanted to bring something different for the community, and I really love Legos, so I thought it was a great way to share something with everyone.
The thieves have tried to foil the sharing spirit by taking.
Let's stop here for a second. While we watch this in real time with this HD camera, probably in 1080p, let's stop for 1 second, y'all. Y'all not only are forcing major corporations outside of y'all communities, creating food deserts, job deserts, and then also nowhere for people to be able to spend their time in person, which incentivizes people to get out and spend more money and then circulate money within a community. Y'all are not just doing this to large corporations, y'all also doing this to everyday individual businesses. This is somebody that took their own hard-earned money, signed a long-term lease at whatever it is plaza that they in, within the community, took their passion, learned how to monetize it, and is selling a product to the general public in order to continue to feed their families. Now, it's hard. It's hard. It's incredibly hard to meet payroll, rent, as a small business owner, and still have enough money in order to be able to feed yourself or to pay yourself a salary. A lot of these small businesses and these brick and mortars, these are basically passion projects and hustles. And if they make a little bit of money on the side, then cool. But as far as the amount of time that they spend inside of these businesses, most of them will never be able to recoup their investment as far as the amount of time that they're putting into it. These are small business owners, your neighbor's neighbor inside of your own community, and you are walking in, destroying their property, and continuing to put them out of business and taking food out of their mouth, and y'all decided to hit a Lego store.
3 times since the store opened last January. On Sunday, a thief shattered a window on the front door. Garcia says he was looking for cash, looked around, tried to get in a back door, couldn't get in, and left with nothing. Then in July, watch this supposed shopper right here. Garcia says he grabbed some expensive sets of Legos and then bolted out the door without paying, while customers were inside. A surveillance camera snapped this photo.
He looked directly at our camera, so I didn't really understand the logic there.
And in March, another theft, as this thief wasn't tall enough to quickly grab some expensive Legos, but finally got them and took off. Now, with the windows and the Legos, the store is out several $1,000s. Garcia thinks he's being hit because small businesses are easy targets. But he's taken the thefts in stride, with some customers offering creative security solutions.
We did have one of our regulars. He's like 13 years old. He told us that we should hire a stormtrooper or like a clone trooper and put him out here. So he.
That's so mad. That's sad. That's incredibly sad. That is incredibly sad. This is messed up. It's really, really messed up. Legos, fam. Of all of the possible business, if you down bad or you just on some criminal type of behavior and activity, of all of the possible businesses that you can hit, you gonna hit a local, you ain't even hit the Lego store, you hit the local Lego guy store. You selling the guy, you hit the guy that's buying a Lego sets from the Lego manufacturer and building them himself and creating a spot that's, basically good and fun to be able to go into. You hitting him. Of all of the different places you can hit, you hit a Lego store, family.
Guards our store.
This is frustrating.
It's in its
Roman.
Now, even when you follow instructions, sometimes you forget to put in an important Lego piece and you have to tear the item apart and then rebuild. Rebuilding is what Garcia says his team will do now after some costly thefts.
Even though they might steal some sets that, we're in this for the long run and we're not going to let, small-time criminals stop us or shut us down.
Nope, don't do it, family. Don't do it, family. Don't sit there and try to be a hero within a community. Heroes die early. That's what I've learned. That's my advice. Heroes die early. Figure out how you can create an e-commerce platform that hopefully grows to be a lot more beneficial for you than a brick and mortar store. And if you can't stop people from breaking into your stuff and it's costing you more money to operate the business, don't try to be a hero. Heroes die early. Heroes die early. Villains live to write the stories. History is written by winners. History is written by winners. And heroes die early. Let me give you an example.
In the South Bay, a brazen robbery at a popular sporting goods store. You can see it was caught on video. More than a dozen thieves raced through this Dick's sporting goods store in San Jose last night, grabbing what they could. NBC Bay Area's Marian Favreau is in San Jose with the new details for us.
It happened around 7 last night here at this Dick's Sporting Goods store on Blossom Hill Road. And now San Jose police are looking for as many as 13 suspects. In this cell phone video taken by an employee, you can see thieves in hoodies and ski masks running through Dick's Sporting Goods, grabbing merchandise and then running out the front door. At one point, one of the suspects shoved an employee.
Very frightening watching people run in and grab things and not care about the employees or the other people in the public. It was a very dangerous act.
Shopper Ken Johnston says he's relieved he didn't encounter the mob.
Oh, that's so disappointing. I'm glad I wasn't here at the store when that happened. That's just very brazen.
Look at Ken. Ken came in to come and get his golf clubs, and next thing you know, some little whippersnapper is running past and could have possibly pushed him over and gave him a life-ending injury, threw his hip out of place, messed up his kneecap, anything, just anything. And y'all know how big a Dick's sporting goods store is? It's like a Walmart inside of that place. That place is massive. And y'all in there stealing basketball and hockey sticks and Nike Tech Fits?
San Jose police say they are now investigating and looking for as many as 13 suspects. The thieves targeted the store just 4 days after San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan announced the city received millions of dollars in grant money to crack down on retail theft just in time for the holiday season. Thefts like this are having a big impact on Dick's Sporting Goods' bottom line nationwide. In August, the company blamed organized retail crime for cutting its quarterly profits by nearly 25%. And these images are making some feel apprehensive about shopping during the holidays.
And it's unfortunate because now this is just a normal part of the culture. And nobody is going to be responsible as a result of it. And we all know who's doing it within our communities. And ain't nobody ever going to say nothing because they programmed y'all through the music to do the no snitching policy. And this is where we at with it. This is where we at with it. So just keeping y'all in the loop of what's happening out here in these streets.